You are gonna have to make sacrifices. If you want something different when dating, you're gonna have to make sacrifices. Huddle up, Coach T speaks. Bro, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. If you really want something different out here, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. Sacrifice is about trade offs and change. Trade offs and change. That simply means if you want something different, you want different results in your dating and in your love life, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, bro. That's the definition of insanity. That's insanity. To get something new, you usually have to go and give up your old habits, maybe a little comfort, maybe the routine that keeps you stuck. You're going to have to make some sacrifices, bro. Sacrifice don't always mean it's going to be you suffering. No, that's not what that means. It means that you're going to have to make some different choices, like giving up some of your free time to work on yourself, brother. Giving up some of that free time, that extra time, you're going to have to give that up. And then you're going to also have to step outside of your comfort zone. You're going to have to take some dating chances out here. Some women that you would not normally approach, you're going to have to go ahead and do that, bro. If you want something different now. Now, if you're comfortable with the 2s and 3s, maybe the 4s, but you look for somebody who's solid, 7s, 8, 9s, yeah, you're going to have to get uncomfortable and give some sacrifices. Basically, what I'm saying is change costs something, but it also pays off. It also pays off out here. I'm getting ready to give you a few sacrifices that you may have to give up. It may be for you, it may not. But if you really want to be happy out here dating, I'm going to need you to really lock in on this one because I'm going to go real fast. But before I do this, I just want you to pause right now, hit like and subscribe to this channel so you can be notified every day. I'm going to drop a new one for you that's going to help you along your dating journey. Sounds good? Huddle up, huddle up. So, bro, let's go. You might have to give up, I call it sacrifice time comfort. Instead of some of this binge watching TV every night, you might have to spend time improving on yourself, bro. Going out, getting into the real world. There's real people out here to meet. There's real things that be done out here. They're waiting on you. You're waiting on you. You're going to have to meet some new people, so you're going to have to get unstuck from your from the regular comfort that you normally do. That show, record it. It'll be there when you get back. They're not talking about anything anyways. And then you're going to have to sacrifice fear for action. You might have to face rejections to meet the right person. You might have to go through a few no's to get the yes. That's okay. That's all a part of it. That's a part of this, bro. You're in the moment. Enjoy it. Embrace it. See, being shy or waiting for things to just happen, that's going to keep you stuck. Why stay stuck? You know that you're going to have to give up something. It's going to get uncomfortable, but it's okay. There's a price to pay and there's a reward. There's a payoff that you're looking for. You want to win big. You want to win big out here dating? You're going to have to give up some certain things. Courage is the price for connections. Courage is the price for real connections out here. Sacrifice fear for rejection. Accept the rejection as part of dating. It's not a personal failure. That doesn't mean you haven't been working on yourself or you're not adequate. It just means it's a part of it. Accept the rules of the game. You want to play the game? Accept the rules of the game. There's going to be some rejections. It's okay. But you know what? Use each experience as feedback to improve confidence and social skills. And you'll be okay out here, bro. Sacrifice old patterns. You're going to have to sacrifice some old patterns for growth. This is very important because if you tend to date the same type of person who isn't good for you, bro, you might have to change your approach or standards. Maybe your standards are not high enough. Maybe your approach is wrong. And that's just a part of it. You're going to have to sacrifice old patterns, letting go of comfort and familiarity. Sometimes you're too familiar with your situation, so it's like an open door, you know, and it's like you need to close that to open up other doors for healthier and more exciting dating experiences, if that makes sense. And stop repeating the same mistakes, bro. Quit trying to date people who are unavailable people or chasing validation. Quit trying to date people who are unavailable. If she's not available, it's okay. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe it's not the right place. Maybe it's not the right circumstances. Maybe you all are in different places in your life. Dating unavailable people, that's a no-go. Save that energy, bro, for the right one out here. But don't stop trying though. And identify those habits and types that haven't served you and adjust your approach a little bit. Just a little bit, bro. You may have to sacrifice your ego for the right connection. Sometimes you have to admit your flaws. Maybe it's you. Maybe it is you. Sometimes you have to admit your flaws, and we're going to work on that. I'm going to help you work on that. Maybe you have to listen more. Maybe you have to, say, all right, maybe I got to compromise in the way that, what makes me feel uncomfortable in order for me to show up in my best. Maybe I'm going to have to work on a few things for myself. Yes. Never stop working on yourself. But that builds a real relationship when you find it, though. And then sacrifice ego for growth. Be willing to self-reflect. Be willing to have that conversation with yourself. You know you better than anyone. Admit your mistakes and learn. Get that feedback. Make a mental note and say, okay, I won't do that again. I won't lead with that conversation again. There's certain things that you just learn and you say, I'm not making that mistake anymore. And then, fellas, sometimes you just got to listen. Listen more than you talk. Show vulnerability. I did a video a while back, said 50-50. 50% of the time you're listening. 50% of the time you can speak. 50% of the time you're the one going in. 50% of the time you lay back and hear what she has to say. It all makes sense. Then you may have to sacrifice comfort for action. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or the right person to appear. That's not going to happen. That's not real life. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. That's not reality. That's a no-no. It's not going to happen. Take initiative, bro. If you're in live and in person, you may have to approach her. You may feel nervous. It's okay. If you're messaging one, maybe if you're on social media and that's what you're doing, message her. Hey, maybe you see somebody, you're out and about at the mall or coffee shop or wherever you might be at the gas station, and you say, you know what? I'm going to approach this woman to see if she wants to go out and hang out for a coffee or to go out tonight or, what's her situation like? Be okay with getting uncomfortable. Ask someone out that you never even, that would make you feel uncomfortable just to see what happens. See if you can get a no. I tell you what, let's be a collector of no's. Go out here and see how many no's you can get without being a creepy, that guy that's the pervert or the creepy, this over the top guy. No, see how many no's you can collect. Respect yourself, but challenge yourself and say, let me see how many no's I can get before I get a yes. Just practice it. It will become fun to you if you do it enough. And then you may have to sacrifice instant gratification. Don't settle for someone just because they're available now or they're available to you. So many people, man, you'll be surprised as I travel through airports. I see how many people, sometimes they're unhappy. They really don't even want to be with that other person, but they settled somewhere along life. Don't let that be you. Don't settle for someone, bro, just because they're available. Don't do that. Focus on long-term compatibility if you're really trying to win out here, not short-term excitement, if that makes sense. Now, if you're just chasing, like Coach T just helped me have some short-term excitement, I got you, bro. That's easy. That's an easy fix. No problem. There'll be a link below. No problem. I can help you accomplish that. But if you're looking for long-term compatibility and love and something that's sustainable, you're going to have to sacrifice instant gratification. Let some of those 2s and 3s and 4s go for that 8, 9, and 10. And when I say 8, 9s, and 10s, let me be clear. I'm not always talking about her beauty, Because sometimes you can meet somebody out one evening, the next morning or next time you see her, she might not look like that same person. So you can't always go off of that. You have to go off of beauty plus intelligence plus loyalty. Those are like some of the biggest things, bro, that you have to latch on to. You can't just always go off of women's looks. Looks are going to change over time. You have to go off of like, how solid is this person? How grounded is this person? Most importantly, how compatible is this person to me? If that makes sense. And then you may have to sacrifice perfectionism. Now, I know this might almost sounds like this is the opposite of what I just said, but you don't need to be perfect. No one is perfect. You don't need to be perfect. Show up authentically. Imperfections and all, bro. All of your imperfections, just show up. Confidence beats perfection all day. Confidence beats perfection all day. I repeat, confidence beats perfection. You don't have to be perfect out here, bro, but you have to show up confident in yourself, standing on business like, I'm here. This is what I'm offering. This is what I'm looking for. Let's see if this is a good match. If that makes sense, brother. In short, if you want a different dating life, if you really want a different dating life, you have to trade comfort and habits for effort and growth. I'm going to say that again. If you want a different dating life, you're going to have to trade comfort, what you've been comfortable with, and your old habits for your effort and growth. So every morning when you wake up, I want you to do something, bro. I've been thinking about this today when I knew I was going to record this. And I said to myself, let me give you something that you can actually like take and grasp and you can run with. Every morning when you wake up, I want you to like to take the first 5 minutes of your day after you lock in whatever you have going on, whether you pray, whether you just meditate, no matter what you got going on, take 5 minutes for yourself. And I want you to do a quick visualization and affirmation. I need you to do this for yourself if you're going to win out here. The visualization that I want you to do, I want you to visualize the type of relationship you really want right now in your life right now. If it's just like speed dating, that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. But if you want something more long-term, you're looking for later on down the road, excuse me, I need you to visualize that. Visualize what that looks like. Visualize what your life looks like 30 days from now or 60 or 90 days, even a year from now. What does that look like? Are you happy with, hey, I'm happy with every weekend, thank Coach T. Like, hey, I'm out here, hey, I'm making it happen. If that's you, that's fine. But if you're looking for something a little bit more like, you know, one day I may want to settle down and really settle down with the baddest one I can get, the woman who's really loyal and she is like solid. Bro, visualize what that looks like so you can know what you're looking for. And then I want you to repeat, I call this a confidence boosting statement. Write it down. This is a confidence boosting statement. I want you to repeat this. I am confident. I am attractive. I know that may sound funny to some, but when you look in your mirror, that's what you better see. You know, when they see that little cat and he looks at the lions like he thought he was a lion, that's because I am confident. I am attractive. That's what they visualize. And I'm open to connections with women out here. I'm opening myself up. I'm not closed in. I'm confident. I know who I am. I look good. I open myself up to connections with women. I'm opening myself up. You see, small improvements increase confidence and attractiveness. You'll start looking and be like, ooh, really I am. I know I've been working out a little bit and eating a little healthier and exercising and working on myself and reading a couple of like motivational self-help books. Bro, small improvements increase your confidence and attractiveness. You'll start looking more attractive to women, and you'll be like, I've been working with you for 4 years, or I've seen you out like all the time. You never thought I was attractive, but there was something about those self improvements, bro, and your confidence level. They're like, ooh, Keith is looking pretty cool today, or ooh, Tom, oh, he's looking hot. You know why? Because those small improvements, you're compounding that, bro. Consistency, consistent compounding, bro, it pays off big when dating, bro. So here's a key principle before we get out of here, and I'll drop another one tomorrow. Every meaningful gain comes with a small sacrifice. You're going to have to make a sacrifice. Every like really like meaningful gain, I'm talking about like relationship, like quality and compatibility, even long-term love, it's going to come with some type of sacrifice. But guess what? The bigger the trade-off, it's going to come with a sacrifice. But guess what? But also the bigger the payoff. That actually rhyme. The bigger the trade-off is also the bigger the payoff. Let's say it together. The bigger the trade-off is also the bigger the payoff. Discomfort is going to build your strength, bro. Growth demands a price. Pay it right now. Pay it right now, bro. Sacrifice today. Start today. And guess what? Thank yourself tomorrow. Start today and thank yourself tomorrow. Huddle up, huddle up. Coach T speaks.